Past 9 a.m. and your dial is on Sunny 88.7 FM. I am JJD, and the conversation we're about to have, I've been looking forward to for a couple of weeks now. Today on the show, we're talking about something many talented professionals struggle with. Being excellent at what you do, and yet you remain unseen when it matters the most. And joining us today are two exceptional women from Nigeria. One was practically whisked into the studio right from the airport. Maybe she shared that experience with us. And we also two special women from Nigeria. And what they do is to help professionals, especially women, turn competence into influence. Dr. Gloria Edozien, she's an executive visibility advisor, also top 100 career women in Africa. And she's not here alone. She's here with Joyce Daniels, who's an executive communications coach and global speaker. She's renowned for helping leaders communicate with confidence, clarity, and impact. And they are in Ghana for the Leadership Lunch and Learn as upcoming masterclass, which you've been hearing about here on Sunny 88.7 FM. Is all about the audacity of visibility. It's going to be a powerful conversation with these two women. Also want to say thank you to Joyce Sakite, who's made it possible for us to have them in the studio, for us to even hear about the Leadership Lunch and Learn. Ladies, you're welcome to Sunny 88.7 FM. Maybe first let me say welcome back to Ghana, because apparently you've done this is about your fourth or fifth time in Ghana.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited.
Hello, Joyce. How about you?
This is my fourth time.
Your fourth time.
I'm so glad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And let me find out, what do you always look forward to when you're coming to Ghana? Is that's one thing that you're always looking forward to? Let me start. Let me start with Doc.
Can I be honest?
Be very. We like honesty, Joyce.
So there are these pancakes that they do at Labadi.
Okay.
Look, I live for those.
You
things.
live for those. You can take a flight for those pancakes. That's awesome, Joyce. Anything close to food, or are you totally different?
No, it's always work. It's the same work that has brought me 4 times.
Awesome.
Same work
Awesome.
at different times, and I love what I do, so it's the opportunity to live and live full.
And for me, this year, I must say, it's been all about visibility for me. So when Joyce reached out, I'm like, this is it. I mean, when I'm LinkedIn, when I'm sitting there, I see visibility, I follow. Anything visibility, I'm just following. So it is great to have you ladies join us. And I know I've said a little bit about you, but I wish maybe in just 30 seconds, what you would love for Ghana to know about you. Everyone listening in this morning, let me start with Joyce Daniels, Queen of Talk.
Yeah.
Can we work with that this morning?
Queen of Talk. Yes, that's
you should
me.
check her out.
I've been a master of ceremonies for 18 and a half years.
Wow.
I chose to be full-time. I've loved what I do every single day for almost 19 years. And it's my life's calling, proclaimed, to help other people speak about the things they really want to speak about, do the things they really want to do, especially when it's around speaking, and live fulfilled every day.
Awesome. Yeah. Wow, I love that. Dr. Glory.
So for me, I like to introduce myself as a strategic visibility advisor. But why visibility? I think that many women don't see themselves. They don't see how awesome they are. And because of that, we shrink. We shrink away from opportunities. We shrink away from our own ambitions. We shrink away from our purpose. So for me, visibility is a tool, not only for achieving corporate success, but for being who you are. And which is why what the social influence is doing, the audacity of visibility, for me is such a powerful title, because I'm like, yes, women, we have to be audacious. So
and unashamed.
Yes, unfiltered.
Yeah. So Joyce, what would you say visibility and communication, what does it mean to you personally in the context of women's leadership?
Advocating for yourself. We were told at some point your work will speak for you.
Exactly.
Yes, it is true, just that it is very limited. At some point you will need to speak for yourself and your work, because the world is changing. The world has changed. How many of us have phones that are not internet enabled anymore? But 18 years ago, none of us had phones that were internet enabled. The world has changed. So there was a time when your work could speak for you. That time is gone. So the ability to communicate clearly, state what it is you do and how you fix a problem in the world and how the world benefits from you, that is communicating for visibility. And it's not to be seen to be vain, which is also okay, and I don't mind that, but it's to be seen to solve problems that help you live fulfilled. I always go back to being fulfilled. It's big for me. It's one of the biggest values for me, to be fulfilled at the end of the day. I don't want you working for 30 years, 40 years, and then you go home and you say, what have I really done with my life? Nah, never again.
A miserable thing. Let me get back to Dr. Gloria. Anything you'd like to add to what Joyce had to say about visibility and communication?
So I love that. I love the idea of fulfillment. For me, visibility is the strategic art of owning your accomplishments, communicating it to the right people, so that when the opportunities you desire come, you are top of mind. But the mistake people make with visibility is that they think visibility is an outward sport. Visibility is first of all inward. If you see yourself, if you see how awesome you are, you can't shut up. For me, that is the fundamental thing.
It has to
Once
start
you
from there.
see who you are, because nobody puts a light under a bed. You put it there to light up the house. Once you understand that you are a solution provider, you are a problem solver, you are the one who has been created, and all your experience leads to the accomplishment of a thing, why would you hide? Why would you keep quiet? So, and this is what I love about what Joyce said. It's not about vanity, although vanity,
it's okay.
Bad. It's okay. It has its ups and upside, but it's about providing solutions, and at the end of the day, feeling fulfilled, because your life has to count for something.
If you're listening to this woman and you're saying, this leadership lunch, Sunny said it, I didn't mind them, but now listen to the women. You see? Anyway, Joyce will soon be speaking to us to see how you can get on. But these women are going to be at the leadership lunch and learn, and you should see them right now. We are live on Facebook with Joyce Daniels, also Dr. Gloria Edozien. You can watch us on our website right now. Very simple, sunnygh.com. Go watch us on Sunny TV. This one is all about the audacity of visibility with our guests who have come to Ghana for the leadership lunch and learn. And I want to know how you feel when you see women who are excellent at what they do achieve so much, and yet from where you sit, they're not where they're supposed to be. I want to know how it feels for you.
It's heartbreaking. I come from the lens of potential. If you have the potential to be so much more, why are you here? If you can change more lives and accomplish so much more, especially if you desire it. Not everybody desires to be great, so let's start there. But if you desire it and you're not fulfilling it, then I'm heartbroken, and I go, let's start the process, because all that person needs might just be the right tools to close the gap. And I feel driven to help her close those gaps.
Dr. Glory?
So I was actually thinking about that, and I relate with Joyce when she says, the idea of, heartbroken and all of that. But also, there's a part of me that is excited, because I'm like, now that you know, what's
let's
next?
do it.
Now that you know. And it's that thing where I say, any day a woman wakes up is her morning. So the minute you realize, good morning, ma, where are we going next now?
Okay.
Now that you know. So for me, it's okay, heartbreak, but there's still time. That's how I feel.
This is Sunny 88.7 FM. Joyce, I read your post on LinkedIn about how getting connected to Dr. Glory has been a game changer for you, and we'll get into that. But first, Dr. Glory, it's very important that for us this morning, you share with us some steps women can take to increase their visibility without the whole feeling of self-promotion. If you can touch on that.
So if I had a dime for every $100 for every time somebody asked me that question, and it's only women that ask. I don't know why women are so afraid of self-promotion. I really don't. How do I talk without boasting? First of all, if you accomplished it, it's fact.
It is.
It is fact. It is as fact as I am. My name is Dr. Glory, sitting down here. So that's the first thing. But if we're going to talk about actual steps, the first thing is see yourself. Visibility is first of all an internal sport, and I spoke about that earlier. The next is, what do I want to be known for? What is it that when people are discussing in a room, I want my name to be associated with the answer? The next thing is your network. Who knows about me? Who should know about me? Who has achieved the things I want to achieve? where do they go? I tell people that the quickest way to network is to think, the people that have done what I want to do, where do they gather? Go there. If that is the only way you network, let that be the only way you network. Then the next step is, how am I communicating my insights? How am I communicating my solutions? Find a platform to communicate those things. And with those steps, I like to say, my goal is not to confuse you, but to convince you. as they say in the Business Club. But yeah, so those are the steps, I would say.
It's not to confuse you
Yes.
at all, not at all. And maybe before I get back to Joyce Daniels, if you can highlight one mistake that women make when trying to be visible, and you wish you could shout on top of a roof for the whole world to hear, women, don't do this, stop it.
I think it's professional amnesia.
Tell me about that.
You see, women, we have a tendency to forget the great things we've done. Just as we're coming in the car, even I am guilty of this, you know. We tend to measure our lives by the things that we have not done rather than the things that we have done. And Joyce actually shared with me a great way to succumb, not to succumb to that. But the professional amnesia is, we've done so many good things, but when they ask you, what have you even done?
Thinking so hard.
We think because we don't sit in our accomplishments long enough, we don't document it. Right?
Yes.
And I think that is important, because everybody else can forget what you've done, but you should never. And I think once we sit in that, once we remember it, that's when we turn the clock and we understand how valuable we are.
Awesome. Let me get to Joyce. You've been emceeing for 18 years, you said. You chose to do this full time. Can you share with us a few of your secrets, how to command presence when you walk into a room? Can you share with us?
Believe you are all that and so much more. Let's start there.
Okay.
So reintroducing yourself to you is a great place to start. And leaning from what Glory said about professional amnesia, remembering who you are as a person and your achievements, and recounting them. So I do an exercise which I believe we will do on Saturday, where people would reintroduce themselves. They write a few things about themselves and look at it and sit with it, and it just gives you that wake up. Your eyes brighten, your shoulders straighten, your smile is brighter. When you walk into the room, you will come in with better presence. Presence is not faked. I do not believe in fake it till you make it. I believe in be. So remind yourself. So when you walk in, it's like, I'm all that.
Yeah.
And you would have the presence. You wouldn't need to get it on from anywhere else. So that's like my foundation and the greatest. Next thing, of course, will be know exactly what it is you are about to talk about or deliver. And even if you don't know everything, just know enough to engage. Because when you feel you don't know enough, you'll shrink once again. But go with, I know enough to engage. And anything I don't know, I'd ask, oh really, I don't know that, tell me about it. And you become better. So when you're in tune with yourself, you have better presence.
When you're in tune with yourself, you have better presence. You should join us online. If you have any question for Joyce and Dr. Gloria, right, you can send it through 0540 130 684 0540 130 684. Just for anyone who's listening to us and says, I'm great, I'm excellent at my job, but when it comes to stepping forward to get into public speaking, I'm afraid. What would you say to such a woman right now?
I would say join us on Saturday. Let's start there. And I'll say do the exercise that I did with Dr. Glory in 2023. I joined Dr. Glory's program. She calls it LinkedIn visibility and content strategy. I was like, that's just a scam. It's a whole life transforming program. She made us sit with questions that asked ourselves about where you want to be, what you want to do, who is in that room with you. She made me dream. And when you have seen the future, it becomes easier to take a step today. So for a lot of people who are feeling, oh, I don't know what to do next, it's let's not talk about the next post, because that's where your mind is, or the next event. Let's talk about 10 years from today. Okay, if you can't go 10 years, let's go 5 years. Let's just go to 2030 and have an idea of what 2030 can look like. And then we come back and say, so what step do I need to take today? You'll find you have so much more power. And that's what Dr. Glory did for me in 2023. And that's what I'm paying forward to other people now. So that's a really good place to start. It cannot be superficial. And it cannot be faked. It has to come from within you. So you need to sit and do the work. It is not random. Success is not random. Like building a house, you don't just wake up and see a house built. Somebody took time to plan it, put foundation in, build it, get a lintel, and then put the roof. It takes a process. So the concern is sometimes people just feel you get up and you are. No, you'll build, you'll plan, you'll strategize.
The queen of talk didn't just become the queen of talk.
No, she was once a worker, a worker ant, before she became the queen of the tribe. And it's okay to go through the process and enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah, as I'm listening to Joyce, I'm hearing reflection, and I wonder why sometimes women, we don't take the time to pause to do reflection and ask the questions and get the answers. Dr. Glory, how powerful have you seen this work out in the lives of women who've taken the time to pause, show up where they needed to be, pause, ask themselves the very important questions, get the answers, step out?
So I think one of the things is, one of the reasons why we don't take time to reflect is two answers. One, maybe we are scared of the answers that will come back to us when we reflect. And I find that busyness is such a distraction.
Please say that again.
Busyness, this idea, we are so busy doing everything but the things we ought to be doing. I think that when women sit down and reflect, they become powerful because you are able to be decisive. You are able to say, this is wheat, this is chaff, this is dust, this is solid. But until we actually take that time to reflect and say, where am I going? Where do I want to go? Why do I want to go there? Where does there look like for me? Then we now say, okay, this is my decision. This is how I want to do it. This is who I am. This is what I deserve. But sometimes we are covered by wounds, trauma, so what society says we should be. And so in our minds, we are fighting with that. I have to be a good mom. I have to be a good wife. And these things are great. But then we haven't defined what good means to each and every one of us. Because what good means to Joyce is very different from what it means to Glory. And once you're able to define that, I think that is when, I was telling Joyce has a resilience streak.
She does.
Joyce is powerful. When Joyce sets her mind to something, she goes, in Lagos, in Nigeria, we say Gabadaya.
Gabadaya. Learning something new this morning.
She moves straight, And I think that is the outcome of a clear mind.
Yes.
A settled spirit and a centered person. And that's what reflection does.
And let's get into one thing. I want to gather as many tips as I can from you this morning for women. One daily practice that each of you do to strengthen your visibility, communication skills. Who's going to take that first?
So for me,
Dr. Glory.
So it's not to strengthen. Joyce said something about being.
Being, yes.
So the daily practice I have to be is affirmation.
Affirmation.
I don't play with it too.
Okay.
I wake up in the morning. I have a set of affirmations I say to myself, and it is not to tell myself something. It is to remind myself, because the brain is conditioned to negativity. So for me, affirmations it's not wishy-washy. It's not about manifesting. It is a daily reset, a daily reminder of who I am. And I find that when I do this, like what Joyce said about presence, I think is a stillness. It's kabod. It's something that is inside. It's if people say, presence, you carry yourself, you dress, blah, blah, blah. If you don't have that thing inside.
Forget it.
Even your style won't be.
Oh, you say forget it in Nigeria.
You don't know about it, forget about it. Well, we are one Africa.
We are one. Ghana and Nigeria were the closest.
Yes, forget the jollof wars. We are one. Yeah, so for me, affirmations is
it's
the daily practice that makes me,
Joyce, how about you?
It's a bit the same.
Same thing?
Yes, same. I don't have a set that I go through per se every day, but thinking about it, maybe because I've done it for so long, it's in there. So I tap on it. I tap in there every day. I have a lot of mirrors. There's a mirror by my bed. There's a mirror in my bathroom. There are 3 mirrors in my sitting room. There's a mirror in my bag. I mean, there's a selfie camera. I look at myself a lot and I remind her in the mirror who she is and what she's here for. I do it so often, and I encourage people to have that practice. Get used to you being and appreciate yourself. Appreciate her. Give her her flowers every day, as long as she can smell them, while she can still smell. And be so used to giving yourself flowers that you don't even know when others don't give you flowers. And for me, I picked that up when someone very dear to me years ago in a car, and she was so upset. I'm like, you've been in a mood. She's like, can you imagine I did my hair and my husband didn't even notice? And I'm like, what happened to your mirror, my love? Why are you angry for something you could have done for yourself? It's a nice thing for a husband to say your hair is nice.
That's great.
But it wouldn't have gotten you to this very low state. You're snapping at your children. You've snapped at me. You've snapped at the driver. You're snapping at the world because you couldn't
to snap
see
at your boss.
yourself.
Yeah.
Woman, I said, if you had seen yourself, you would have come out with so much glory, so much presence. So I do that. I affirm.
We're soon wrapping up here, but not without hearing from Dr. Glory, because here in Sunny, we love to hear stories. And I was going to ask you earlier about a success story, but I see your success story is right here, sitting next to you. And so, Dr. Glory, if you could share
One of so many.
How do you feel when you see how far she's come after her connection with you? Let's give her flowers.
Take your flowers.
Yeah.
I think for me, so before I became a strategic visibility advisor, I worked in climate change.
Okay.
And I have my PhD in real estate and planning and all of that. And I was climbing that ladder, and I realized I had put the ladder on the wrong tree.
Oh.
And I wasn't fulfilled. I was earning money working in this career, and on Sundays I would be so sad because Monday had to be work. And I just thought, this is not for me. I have to find what I want to do with my life. So fast forward from that day to sitting down here. Abena, one of my clients, is the one that's brought us to Ghana. Joyce is sitting down here. I'm like, this is what I was looking for.
This is it.
Now I don't know whether it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or
we don't care.
Thursday.
Every day is a good
Every day is
day.
a great day. So this is what my soul was calling me into.
Awesome.
So for me, it's what Joyce said: fulfillment.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to do a little switch, guys, so that we can hear from Joyce. I want Joyce to give us all the details that ladies out there you need, so that you can be a part of the leadership lunch and learn all the details that you need to have, where it's happening, what time is happening, what date is happening, if the available free slots for those who want to be in person, is the virtual option. Joyce is going to give us all those details. And just before I get to Joyce, you should get on LinkedIn and follow these women. It's like one of the best things you can do today.
Yes.
So Joyce, please go ahead.
All right, hi. And Jennifer, when you asked about what's that daily thing that you do, there's something that I do that I thought I should share.
Sure.
So for me, I have a daily gratitude note that I write. So every day before I sleep, and I do this so religiously that when I don't do it, my mind just kicks in and says, there's something you're missing. So get up from the bed and go and do it. So I write 3 things that I'm grateful for, and I have this beautiful jar that I've put it in.
Okay.
And sometimes when my mood is just all over the place, or I can't find myself when I'm not centered, I pour it all on my bed and I read it, and it's such a fulfilling thing to do. And I've taught people how to do it, and it helps you to actually know who you are, because you're able to see most of the things that you're grateful for.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. So now to the details, the nitty-gritties of the leadership lunch and learn.
Yeah. So first of all, I just thought that since we are hearing from these powerful women, there's a need to talk about social influence, right?
Okay.
So social influence is a marketing agency, but it's a marketing agency for women instead of brands. So what we do is to help women to identify themselves and also to be able to have this powerful conversation that we are having, so that with audacity they can walk into their presence and also into their purpose. So if you're hearing about us and you would like to be a part of us, please check us out on social media. Now, on the
details,
leadership lunch and learn. So it is a quarterly event by Social Influence, and what we seek to do is to bring women as powerful as these to be able to talk to the next generation of women who want to take themselves to the next stage of their lives. And now, for Saturday, for the physical event, we are fully booked. So we only have available virtual spaces.
Okay.
And if you want, if you still want to join us, and really it's so limited.
It is also limited.
Very, very
Okay.
limited. I think it's fading so fast. But
Wow.
we want to just take just a few people so we can have engaging conversation. So you can follow us, or you can contact us on, for Instagram, Build Social Influence, at Build Social Influence, and on LinkedIn is Social Influence.
Social influence.
And we are all over the place, or you can just key in Social Influence and you will register.
Connect and
Unfortunately, if you want to join us for the next one physically, you have to wait for the next quarter.
For the next quarter, for another set of powerful women. Ladies, thank you so much for coming through. Remember, I asked you to follow them, right? So, Joyce Daniels, also Dr. Glory